I often daydream and think about the future for my students and like which one of them will become a future teacher, doctor, firefighter, nurse, senator, mechanic. Who will be the next Beyonce? Who will be the next president or Madam President of the United States? I wonder what decisions they'll make for our communities and our families. And while I don't know the answer to these questions, I'm still full of hope. It is the hope that is the driving force that ensures that all of our students have an opportunity to reach their full potential. I have high hopes that Prop 55 will pass and ensure that every child has the opportunity to thrive. We're here today to ensure that we don't go back to a time when public schools lost $20 billion in funding, which meant that teachers were laid off in the tens of thousands, and because there was a massive loss in teachers, class sizes rapidly swelled to 30-plus students in a classroom in my district. Even kindergarten classes had 30 students to one teacher. Now, I don't know if you've ever been in a classroom with even 5 kindergartners, let alone 30, but you can imagine what the learning environment was like. And our children deserve better than that. The thought that this is what education could go back to is terrifying to me. That's why we're here. We're here to ensure that we don't go back to a time when our counselor to student ratio and nurse to student ratio dropped to the lowest in the nation, which meant that our children simply didn't get the services and support that they needed. After-school programs, gone. Professional development for teachers, gone. Not only did our students suffer greatly, but so did the teachers who were left to pick up the pieces. And in addition to having increased class sizes, furlough days, and salary cuts, many of them sacrificed the ability to provide for their own families in exchange for meeting the needs of others. For this reason, waves of teachers were forced to leave the profession, leaving the teacher shortage of today in its wake. So now who will provide an education for our children? The thought that this is what education can look like again is alarming. And I'm deeply concerned about my students and what hope they have for their own future. They are the reason we cannot go back, and that's why I'm voting yes on Prop 55. Just this week, I had a student come into my classroom in tears because of something that was going on in their personal life, and they could not concentrate on the curriculum. Thankfully, our school was able to hire 2 counselors this year, and I was able to send that student out to a trained professional who is qualified in coaching that child in working through their problems. After spending some time with the counselor, the student came back to class feeling supported, safe, feeling like they were heard and understood and ready to learn something new. They came back to our classroom where they're learning 21st century skills on the new laptops that we received this year. They're learning valuable critical thinking skills, how to collaborate with peers, and they're being challenged to use their creativity in innovative ways here in Silicon Valley, which is home to many of the world's largest high-tech corporations. I have hope for our future. For me to watch a child drag themselves into class with their head low and tears in their eyes, but then leave with their head up, an air of confidence in each step, and the look of accomplishment in their eyes does more than just give me hope. It lights a fire under me. It lights a fire deep within my gut, and it reminds me why I'm an educator. It compels me to go out and tell everyone exactly why we are not going back and exactly why Prop 55 must pass. Not just for my student, that student in my class, not just for the students in my school district, but for every one of our students here in California. We cannot go back.